In every heart, there's a dream. I want you to put your hand here and say to yourself, in my heart, there is a dream. The scripture is taken from Isaiah 40:4. Every valley shall be lifted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low. The uneven ground shall become level, and the rough places a plain. To bring a dream forth, it takes a lot of work. It takes commitment. It takes strength. It takes a knowing that your life is a dream. The beauty of a dream is that a dream cannot be seen. It's a mental state of being that the dreamer holds. And through believing that the dream is possible, and through the willingness to work to bring it forth, the dream becomes possible. The quality of a dream is determined by the state of one's consciousness. Very important to know that. The quality of your dream is determined by your state of consciousness. The state of one's consciousness is determined by the conditions under which one was influenced. We build our consciousness based on our experiences. If we grew up under conditions that says everything was hopeless, we build a consciousness of hopelessness and despair. If when you look around you, there was no advancement, in all the talk around you was failure, you will build your consciousness on failure. I want you to know that. And sometimes it does not matter what you think you have achieved. You're just doing it to prove that you can do it. But it's not fulfilling, and it is not rewarding. The state of one's conditioning is determined by the concept that one has about oneself. Who do you think you are? That is so important. Whatever you think yourself to be, your dreams will be based on that. If you think that you sit on the top, you will aim for the sky. If you think you are at the bottom, you will aim for what you think is the top. And you cannot go further than that. Wherever you are right now, that's your state of consciousness, and your expectations or your dreams cannot really go past that. If you think you are a slave, all you want to do is to be free. And getting freedom means nothing but to get out of the dominance of another. And you rest right there. Your dreams are visual pictures conceived by you as a preferred future that you can aspire to be at. Your concept of yourself is influenced by the thoughts, the feelings, and the beliefs that you entertain about yourself. If you think you can't, you never will. If your mind is made up of thoughts that says, because my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather were X, I have to be X. You will be X. You are X. You might become XX, same X. I want you to know that. If your beliefs are that of a master, it is more likely that your dreams would be of mastery, dominion, and authority. If you believe, if you start out from the place of mastery, all you can have is dominion over everything in your world. In the same way, if you believe that you are a bond servant, then your dream would be just to get free. But you will never know what freedom is. Not the freedom that means you have the will to become more than. Because all you wanted to do was to escape. In every heart there is a dream that begins with a desire for something better. Not to stay the same. Before the desire can bring about a change, one has to recognize two things. That the situation is unbearable. I cannot stand this anymore. You know, if you could take it a little more, you will stay a little longer. If you believe that this is unbearable to the point where it doesn't worth living anymore, you're going to start thinking, what can I do to change this? So sometimes we see people in situations and we begin to feel sorry for them. You can't help them. So all the energy you think that you could put into other people, start putting into you. If they ask for help, you can only point them in a direction. You cannot take them there. It's their dream will take them where they think they ought to be. I know that sounds very callous and selfish because we have people in our lives who demand that we help them. And the more we help them is the more they stay where they are. Because they don't have a vision where they would like to be. And they don't desire to move from where they are. We getting it? We're getting it. Desire is like God in us telling us there is something better than what you have. Wake up. There's a possibility that you can be better, that you don't have to be in hell, that heaven is available. Desire is of the Father. Desire means to be of the Father, of God in us, waking us up to the truth of our being. We weren't born servants. We were born heirs to the kingdom of God. That every human being has within herself, himself, the power to lift oneself up from wherever they are. Nobody can keep you in bondage. It's your thoughts of yourself that hold you there. I want you to get that this morning. In Exodus 3, it says that God said to Moses, I have seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt. I am aware of their suffering, and I am come down to take them out of this struggle. That voice of God is that internal voice that speaks to us constantly when we are not living our potential. It is a voice that says to us, you don't need to suffer anymore. You are greater than you think. You have the power to overcome all adversity and rise above. You don't need to live in the mud anymore. The sky is where you should be in. But sometimes we like it in the mud because it's easy to stay in the mud. It's nice to complain and whine and tell everybody about your story as you sing the old story. Same old, same old. We like that. It's comforting when someone can tell you, well, what you are feeling, I am feeling the same way. So two builds a company that becomes a department store with grief and sorrow and pain. And we are so happy that others like us are there. We don't have to do anything. But that voice inside keeps saying, I have seen the afflictions. I have seen your afflictions. And it's time. Time to move. Have you ever heard that voice saying, you don't need to be here? Hello. That's where those people should be. But I shouldn't be here. Desire is God tapping at the door of your inner soul saying, wake up. There's a land of milk and honey waiting for you. There's a possibility that you can be rich and healthy and happy, prosperous in all good things. Wake up. It is said that when God created man, he put man into a sleep, and most of us never got up. The nightmare that we live, that we call life, is our own creation based on who we think we are. Paul says, you are heirs, not bond servants. You weren't made to serve anybody on the planet Earth. You were made to have all that God is. The cattle on 1,000 hills are God's. And if they're God's, all the milk, hello, are mine. Because God is my Father. And if I'm heir to abundance, then all abundance is mine. But if I don't believe that, if I don't believe that about myself, if I don't believe that I am capable of being rich, happy, and healthy, if my self-esteem says I am just a simple blot of dust on the earth, ain't worthy of anything good, then nothing good will come to me. must declare who I am. Prince of Peace. Hello now. Prince of Peace. Hello now. Instrument of the light. I am a light bulb. So bright that I become an attracting force for whatever God has for me. Do you believe that about yourself? Do you believe that you are the king's child? That you are prince and princess royal? In line for the throne of peace and riches untold? If you don't believe that about yourself, there will be no motivation to go after it. We will end up saying, well, my father was born in hell, therefore I'm a child of hell, and I deserve to be in hell. Well, then stop whining and complaining. But if I believe that wherever I am, God is, then what other people call hell is an opportunity for me to discover heaven. Because I know I don't have to stay here. Hello, no. I don't have to stay where I am because I got a dream to be in heaven. And that dream is always motivating me forward to be better, to do better, to become something that I have never become before, but I know it is possible for me to become. You see, desire is that little voice that says, Evan, get up. It's that little voice that says to Abraham, get thee out of your father's house and from your kin and go to a place, go to a dream that is in your head. Start walking towards that dream. Abraham was 75. So it doesn't matter how old you are. Your old man can still dream dreams. Hello now. And your young man can have visions. And we all have the power to go after them. The only thing stopping us is who we think we are. Hello now. It's who you think you are. Do you want to live? How do you want to live? How do you want to live? Do you have examples of what life is? There shall be no example for you on the planet Earth. You have to create a dream and follow that dream. Don't want to live like somebody else. Sometimes you see people having an abundance of all good things and you want to be like that until you hear the siren pulling up, coming down the street and pulling up at their door. And in handcuffs, they walk out. You don't want to be like anybody else. The dream that you have no handcuffs. It is God working with you to give you the kingdom. Fear not, little flock. It is your heavenly Father's pleasure. Hello now, to give you the kingdom. That means that all that God is, health, abundance of all good things, wisdom, strength, could be yours. Don't let the conditioning that other people have played a part in affect you from knowing who you are. You see, a lot of people don't like to know who they are because then they have to take responsibility for themselves. No more blaming. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of it all. Ain't nobody bring me here. I came here to this place to discover that I can get out of this place and move to a new place. Hello now. Did you know that about yourself? See, a a lot of people come to church because it's a bad habit. So they keep going for the same thing over and over and getting nothing of it, and their life do not change. Right. So they don't like to come here because why? They've got to take responsibility. It's not God's fault why you're poor. It's not God's fault why you're sickly. It's not God's fault because you're unhappy. It's your own fault, and people don't like to hear that. Because when you declare it's my fault, then you could say then, it's my responsibility to change it. People don't like to hear that. They got somebody to blame. Because of my parents. My parents sent me to the wrong school. Wherever you are, wherever you would have gone, you would have been a dunce. Don't blame the educational system, because you can change it. You can study by yourself. And today, Google has everything for you. Go to Google. Computers are very cheap. Even on your phone, you can get your Google. If your desire is to be educated, you will be educated. If your desire is to stay dumb and stupid, you will stay dumb and stupid. Ain't nobody stopping you from being smart. Smarty pants. Nobody is preventing you from climbing. God gave you feet to climb. Gave you hands to pull yourself up. He gave you a mind to see beyond the ladder. To see on the top floor and to live on the top floor. And because you can see it, you can have it. If you cannot perceive it in your mind, you cannot have it. You see, when the desire wakes up, it wakes up a quality in you called faith. Now, faith is the ability to look beyond where you are. To dream a dream. I dream a dream. I can't remember the words. And I don't have the voice for it. Don't bother to sing it. Don't bother to sing it. Don't bother to sing it. Says it's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Don't get restless on me here now. I can dream. That means I have the ability to take ideas in and to shape and form ideas by myself. That's the important thing. By myself into whatever I think I have need of. Hello now. So I can take this nothingness, this invisible idea, and shape it into a castle, and believing that the castle is mine already. I have it. Faith provides the mental image through imagination to shape and form. In the beginning, it says, when God created, before God began the creation, there was nothing. But by the use of faith, God said, let there be, and everything said, he said, let there be too, became. You have that same power. If you can see it, if you can believe it, you can have it. You don't realize that right now your life has been brought about through faith? Disasters cannot come in your life unless you see them. Hello now. You cannot experience that which you do not have a mental pattern for. If it's not in your mind, you cannot experience it on the outside. Because what's in it, once it's in your mind, you name it. And as you name it, you will experience it according to the name you give to it. Faith is the perceiving power of the mind that links with ideas that helps us perceive and build our dreams. But faith alone will not bring it about. You got to believe that the dream is possible. You got to believe that you are capable of bringing forth the dream. If you do not believe in yourself, the dream stays dormant for no one else to bring it forth. Because the dream that you dream is your dream. Your wish for something to come. It cannot come forth unless you bring it forth. Well, you hear statements like that, like I'm waiting for the right person to come to help me. The quest in life is to find fulfillment. Meaning what? All of us are seeking the same thing based on a different picture held in mind. All I want to be is to be happy, to be contented, to come to a place where I could say, it is well, it is well, it is well with my soul. And every human being is doing that right now. How we do and what we do is determined by our state of consciousness. The difference between the bank manager and the bank robber is the state of mind. They all want the same money, but the choice or how they decide to get it will be different according to the state of consciousness. If I believe that everybody has my stuff, I will go after everybody to get my stuff. If I believe that I am capable of creating my stuff for me, then I go after creating my stuff for me. The quest of life is to find happiness. Don't you want to be happy? Can you be happy in the hell that you live in? No. Hell is a sign that you are burning up inside. Frustration, anger, pain. That's hell. I have a good friend. When you ask him, how are you? He says, heavenly. I like it. In the beginning, I used to ask him, well, what do you mean? He says, heavenly. In other words, you have to find that state for yourself. I can't tell you what heaven is. I can't tell you what happiness is. All I know, it's a state that I desire to be in. When there is no more war, but there is peace. Where there is relaxation, where I can go home and read and be at peace. Not worried about the bill collector or anything. Hello now. Peace is to sit down in a veranda and look up at the hills and hear the birds, and you don't have to move and to think about no church or any place. You are at peace. That's what I did for 10 days. Peace. No worry about the bills, the state of the water in the back. Peace. All of us desire that state where we don't have to struggle anymore. I have seen the afflictions that you have, and I am here to help you get out. Now dream a dream that will get you out. If you don't dream the dream, stop waiting for God to come down, hold you by the hand, and lift you out of hell. You got to find your way to heaven for yourself. Hello now. Wherever there is an empty space, there is the need to fill it. Is there an empty space in your life right now? Hello, talk to me. This is the time where we can talk. It becomes personal now. I'm not attacking you anymore. have a dialogue. Is there an empty space? Something troubling you? Is there something in you that bothers you so much and you know this should not be happening to you? There's an empty space. A vacuum. Wherever there is an empty space, the universe seeks to fill it. The universe abhors a vacuum. Wherever there's an empty space, a desire arises to have it filled. Is there desire in your heart to have it filled? I know the stance that you have taken physically is that everybody in here believes that you are happy and contented. So you don't want to move your body. You're raising your hand. You ain't even nodding so or so. I know that. If you were happy, you wouldn't be here. Hello now. Don't you think that you have something else that you have need of? Hello now. Talk to me. Are you complete? That means you have a need. Do you have a need? Yes. Thank you, Jesus. They're here this time. We all have empty spaces to be filled. In those times, something in us wakes us up. Desire is an inner urge to feel oneself, to free oneself from suffering. It is the first movement in the journey to fulfillment. If you desire nothing, it means you already have all that you have need of. And I know that once you are in the human state, you always have something. That you have need of. Even if it's to be better than. That's a need. We are the creator. Each one of us is the creator of the future. We image the experience and we manifest what we want to express, want to experience. Every one of us in here is a creator. We create through the power of the mind to visualize a preferred existence. Your life is the movement of life itself. A movement suggests what? No stagnation. If you are stagnated, you become frustrated. Hello now. Is in that state of frustration, the desire kicks in and says, you don't need to be frustrated. There's a better life possible for you. We've been taught to wait on God. So some of us are waiting for 75 years for God to come down. Like the man at the pool, waiting at the pool for 38 years, waiting for an angel to come and dip a finger or something into the pool, and then somebody will lift him into the pool. Stop waiting, baby. Claim it right now. And nobody born to help you achieve what you want to achieve. They don't know what you have in your head. And if you tell them, they can't understand. So that means you got to do what? Seize the moment. Seize every moment to climb out of the hell that you may have created for you. Faith is that mystical ability to perceive an idea that lies beyond the physical realm. Faith is that quality that you can close your eyes and see yourself on a beach in Melbourne, Australia, and just lying there. See yourself just lying down on the grass in New Zealand, looking up at those lofty mountains. You don't have to go anywhere to see that. You could stay right here and see it. Anytime you want to have a new reality, you can close your eyes and use your mind. You can create a dream and say, yes, this is for me. Nobody has to go with you. Well, I've been talking for years to my wife about going to Melbourne, but she said she don't like it. So I stay here, complaining and angry. Hello now. Not her fault. You are not moving because you are afraid to move, because you don't trust your ability to enjoy life wherever you are. Hello now. Hello? Stop waiting for others. Move on your own. Sometimes you need to move on your own. You don't move because you are afraid of your capacity to engage yourself in growth. So you stagnate and complain and whine and criticize, especially when you see other people moving ahead of you. You criticize them. You condemn them. You want to beat them up. Don't laugh. It's true. It's true. You see, you can have the desire. You can see the preferred future. But they have to be coupled with hope. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It is by faith all the great men written about in the Bible did their work. Nobody helped them. They believed and they had hope. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I must. I got to do this for me. 2 years ago, I went to Trinidad and I had been one on my bucket list. I had to climb one of the high peaks there. And the day came, and I got up early in the morning, and my guide took me to the foothills, and I looked up, and I say, here I come. And 100 yards up, I had some doubt. I started to say I was in my 70s. Why are you trying to do this? Why didn't you do that when you wanted to do it at 50? You're an old man. And my heart began to pump. Budup, budup, budup. And I held my hand out here to hold my heart. As fear began to take over. But I kept going. See, when you have a big mouth, you can't turn back. When you boast how fit you are, when you start off ahead of the pack, with your shoulders straight and upright, and you start to wilt. Because of fear. And as I told myself, for this came I into the world, If this is my last hope, I'm going to make it. You know I did? If you can see it and believe that you can do it, it will be done. Thy will be done. But if you see it and you don't believe you can do it, you will start it every year and not complete it. In every heart, there's a dream. Say with me, in my heart, there is a dream. I can see it. I can feel it. But I need to experience it myself. And I know that I am the only person who can bring this dream into a perfect manifestation. I am the dreamer. I dream the dream. I am the builder. I build based on my dream. I believe in me. I believe I can take me over each mountain pass and bring me back. I believe that I can take me over the widest ocean and bring me back. I believe I could go into hell and lift myself up again. Because I got the power. I got the imagination. I got the faith to do the things that might seem impossible. Now put your hand on your chest and say, I believe in me. I believe I am capable. I believe I can take the impossible and make it possible. For the potential lies in me, not on the outside. God bless.
Take back what within myself. I'm reaping the harvest God promised me. Take back what the devil first and call.
I'm reaping the harvest God promised me.